We gotta record like a batch soon, just because I feel like things are gonna pick up very, very quickly. So let's say our next episode, let's do at least 2.
Yeah, because then you got a whole bunch of stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been good to do it today, to be honest, but I just forgot. So.
Too much. Too much.
So maybe we can do something next week instead of
I'm not here
waiting.
next week.
That's right. So just say it one day at a time.
I mean, I don't know how it would work. You'd be talking to yourself.
Man, after we get back from camp, we'll just bang them out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Expansion Project with Alex Oradola and Stephanie Chenis. Listen and process life with us.
Two, one. Hey! We started the episode and then we stared at each other for like 4 seconds and realized we didn't know what we were going to say. So that was interesting.
I was like waiting for you to say something.
We inhaled. We were like, hey.
I literally didn't know what was going to come out.
I feel like that's not the first time we've done that. We keep forgetting to like collaborate on what to say when the episode starts.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, he's not saying anything. So I was like, I should say something.
My brain. Oh, man. That was funny.
You couldn't have planned that any better. Oh, man.
Welcome to the Expansion Project podcast.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Where we totally know what we're doing all the time. And after like a couple months of doing this, we still...
Couple months? It's been like more than a couple.
When did we start? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been whoa, okay.
We started summer, right?
Was it like before Fine Arts? I think it was. I can't
remember.
Yeah, because it was hot outside.
Were you still on your scooter?
No, I was just starting to recover because I know I wasn't wearing a boot when we started. So it must have been like...
So then it was after Fine Arts.
After Fine Arts, probably right after.
So September, October, November, December, January.
Probably September, yeah.
5, 6 months.
Oh my God.
We don't even know.
You guys probably know more than we do.
We hope you know.
It's been a while, and we haven't gotten any more professional since day one. So
yeah,
you know we're real. That's the good news.
We are really real.
Yeah,
real.
Come to the Expansion Project for the realness.
We keep it very real.
Welcome back to the pod. We're kind of loopy. And, we're super prepared today. And so we literally, like...
we totally did not forget to record again. Yeah. Totally not.
And you texted me, like, yesterday.
I'm still waiting for you to text me back.
Yeah. And you said it, and...
Maybe you'll text me later.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But, yeah, you were like, we're recording, right? And I was like... Yeah, I guess we are.
You said that to yourself and not to me.
No, because I wanted to figure it out, but I was like driving everywhere that day, and I was like, I don't even know. I don't know how to answer the question. But yes,
here we are.
So we are we're recording today, and we kind of feel like we have an idea of what we want to talk about.
Sure do.
And it's the first episode of the year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And
can you believe it? Can you believe it's the new year?
I can't. No, I legitimately can't. And we're off to a great start. Just banging on all cylinders here.
So organized this year.
Cooking with gas.
But we're only on day 11.
Yeah.
So we have some time to catch up.
Yeah, get some stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in January mode. So for churches, and this may be the case for the church that you're a part of, if you're not a part of our church, but January is always a month for vision. So we've been doing a lot of just like vision. just like thinking about the year, thinking about what we're going to change for the year, how we're going to do things differently, you know, what God is planning and just working in this church body. So it's been a lot of just like, you know, collaborating between us with each other. We're doing new things in our meetings. One of the main things that we're doing is, as per Pastor Dave, we've been working out.
We sure have.
Yeah, Pastor Dave is like, look, we're going to be doing some exercising before our staff meetings. And so we meet every week now. And so right before we actually meet, we do 20 minutes of HIIT training, or high interval, whatever the other I is, training.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's something.
It's something important.
I go to the gym pretty regularly now, but it's mostly strength training.
Oh,
I don't
good.
I don't do heavy cardio stuff.
I don't go to the gym at all.
Yeah, and this stuff doesn't go at all. So like we're kind of struggling just off on our side. Everybody's managing pretty well, but we're just dying. But yeah, so we did that today. We just did a lot of just collaboration and talking between us. But yeah, 2023 is off to an interesting start.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts. Yeah. Yeah, it does hurt.
Tomorrow is going to be painful.
Yeah.
Because this is how it was last week.
Oh,
it took like
right.
3 days for me to like.
Yeah. Especially with the leg stuff. That was hurting me before. But yes, so that's our year. And so we thought, you know, as we totally planned this episode out in advance, we thought, hey, let's talk about our challenges for this year. Like, what are the challenges that we personally are going to face this year? And since this is the expansion project, we're going to talk about being stretched. So specifically, what are the challenges that we're going to face this year that we feel are going to stretch us or expand us, right? Mm-hmm. And what do we hope to gain from that at the end of the year? Maybe we can even revisit this topic for our next New Year's Eve podcast and just talk about like maybe how we feel about like our you know, predictions and how they shook out and how we feel, how much we grew in the process, right?
Yep.
I think that might be a cool idea, but yeah.
That is it. So, we're going to put that on the list.
Yeah, let's do it. Put it on the list. But yes, so before that, we have our email, of course, expansionpodcastgtcc@gmail.com. We want to open up a conversation with you. We don't want it to just be us talking all the time. No. We want to talk with you guys.
Let's dialogue.
Yeah, let's dialogue. Let's have a little chit chat.
About this and that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
And in addition to that, we have our Instagram.
Yes, which I did not post on because I did not forget about this episode. Psych. But yes, follow us, Expansion Project Podcast.
There you go. On Instagram. And we'll have some prompts for you guys to answer and chime in. We'd love to start a dialogue with you there as well. And yeah, that's what we got going on right now. Yeah. But yeah, hit us up. Like, we'd love to hear from you.
Call us. We don't have a phone number, but call us.
The hotline is not active yet.
It's not activated. If it was, it would be ringing off the hook. You know what I'm saying? I know it would, for sure.
I'm drinking a tea. I'm ready to go.
You just spilled it.
I did?
On you.
Oh, man.
Wow.
In front of everybody.
In front of everyone.
They heard that.
That's fine.
All right. So, yeah, 2023, like we said, off to an interesting start. Just a lot of cool things, but also just kind of like, I feel like I have an idea for how this year is going to be. Not like for the whole thing, but like if this is an indicator of the year going forward, I'm kind of getting a vibe of what I should kind of expect. Yeah. You, on the other hand, you're getting ready to go on vacation. So
sure am.
Yeah.
Just gonna pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get organized.
Yeah. Yeah. That's easy.
Easy.
Yeah. That's the easiest part.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm just wishing I was there already.
I hear you. You deserve it. So I'm glad.
Although I checked the weather for Mexico, and it's like high 70s. So I'm like, am I going to be cold? That's what I'm thinking.
Really?
Is it going to be cold?
I mean, relative to what we're experiencing here?
Experiencing now?
No.
No, I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. That's like...
I was expecting like high 90s.
Sure. Yeah. That's like ideal for me. I love like that temperature.
Yeah,
like
I know. I think it's going to be good.
Like upper 60s. That's perfect for me.
Yeah.
So...
That's my favorite weather.
yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I
sure.
just really hope.
Yeah, but you want like a day of just like hot, right?
I want to feel it again.
The contrast of like this to that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's what I want to feel.
Yeah. I want to feel it.
Give it to me.
The sun,
hot weather.
All the sun.
Give it. That's it.
I hear that. But yeah, I kind of have an idea of what this year is going to be like based on what I've experienced so far. But yeah, we both have our, I guess, relative to ministry, we both have our, I guess, challenges. Obviously, like challenges that pop up, but also internal challenges, like parts of us that we're trying to like defeat or to temper or change, right? And I think for ministers, for pastors, for, what are leaders, a lot of those things, those flaws that we have, they come up because of ministry, right?
Yeah.
If somebody has a patience issue, you're gonna see it in ministry. Like it's gonna pop up.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have an anger issue, if you have an issue with communication, if you have an issue with just like, loving on people and expressing that, it's gonna come up because, you need all of that, and
all the issues, we need them
all the issues,
all
and so I guess I'll start unless you want to start, but I will go first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. I was like, I'm trying to read your face. I'm like, did she want me to go first?
God bless you.
Sorry,
it was a cough.
Yeah, it was, but it's just like
I felt like I needed to say God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yes, so
tell us, Alex.
For me, I know that my challenge in 2023. I've talked about this in the past on the podcast, but I have an issue with just like first of all taking on too much. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have some overlap with ours because we have very similar things. But
are you like a yes man?
Yes. The first half of that long pause was me like trying to figure out if I actually am. And the second half of that was like, I can't say yes to that. But yes.
Because
yes,
I'm a yes woman.
Okay. Cool.
And that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm right there with you. And I do say yes to a lot of things, but the good news is like I rarely find myself saying yes to something that I really don't want to do, especially in the realm of this church.
Exactly.
A lot of what I say yes to are things that I either don't mind doing or I genuinely enjoy doing.
Oh my gosh, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, this past year has been just growing in what I have my hands in, especially on Sunday mornings. That's like very hectic for me lately. It's just been
you're in the zone.
Yeah, I'm moving around. It's starting to become like a blur, even except for the parts that like really are significant. But like just the going to and from things have been very just go. And yes, I have been just involved in more things, leading more things, which has been great because, I've been seeing some really cool things happen as a result. But yes, my problem is I say yes to too many things. And another issue I have is I like to handle things on my own, not necessarily because of control per se, although that is a part of it. I'm not going to say I'm perfect in that area. But there's a part of me that also likes to know that I'm not inconveniencing anybody else if they don't need to be inconvenienced.
Alex, you're just taking the words right out of my mouth.
I was wondering if I was.
This is exactly... You're saying who I am.
Oh, yeah?
Literally.
Okay. Wow.
So
That's
we can
crazy.
dialogue about this because it's the exact same thing.
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
just going to agree with everything you said.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I do, I see certain things and I'm like, if I can do it, I'll just do it.
Right.
And that way I don't have to ask somebody to do it. I don't
Right.
have to require them to be here at a certain amount.
You don't have to bother people.
A certain time of day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask them to stay after service or before service. I can
Right.
just do it.
Right.
And then they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of worked, like I'm taking on more than I need to, but for me, that I don't necessarily see that as an issue if I'm able to do it. Here's the interesting thing though. 2023, literally at the beginning of 2023, I'm already being presented with more opportunities on Sunday, and I've reached the point where I literally cannot take on anything else. Like, it's not even a matter of preference. It's a matter of I don't have enough arms and legs to do this added thing.
Yeah.
But this added thing is something that I feel like is going to be very beneficial
Right.
to the people that it affects.
Right.
And so at the beginning of this year, I'm being forced to like really reconsider what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Not because of preference once again, but because I can't do what I need to do unless I start filling in some of these roles with other people.
Right. Okay.
And so I feel like from the jump that that's going to be the theme
Yeah.
for this year is me being forced to finally let go of some things.
Yeah.
And to quote unquote inconvenience some people, although,
It might not be an inconvenience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And that's the thing, right? And to just let go of control
Yeah.
and just let things happen and just kind of disciple people.
That's good.
And help them to kind of grow in that ministry. But I feel like that's going to be my biggest challenge this year is just letting people fill in some of the roles that I've taken on, especially on Sunday.
I totally understand, Alex.
Yeah.
I like what you said, disciple, because I feel like this year the theme, like for me, is to disciple the people. Like it's not just me. There are so many other people that play such a vital role in everything we do. So for like me to take it all on, that's not helping anyone. And it's not helping disciple anyone or helping anyone else grow. That's just me doing it because I'm used to it and it's what I like to do. But in reality, I have to let go and let someone else now come beside me and do some things that maybe I could use some help with.
Yeah.
That I don't even know I need help with.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it can destroy people.
Yeah.
And you can destroy leaders. And yeah, I mean, I feel like 2022 was such a different year than it shaping up to be that I wouldn't bat an eyelid at the idea of taking on as much as I physically could.
Yeah.
And even like now, the state that I'm in, I feel like even though I can take on the burdens that I have, it doesn't make it okay
Right.
to be that. Because, one of the things I'm learning is that, for me specifically, or I guess for any of us really on staff, we're getting to a more hands-on approach to like praying for people, connecting with people in the service, socializing,
Yeah.
Being real and present to the church body that we have.
Right.
And there have been a couple times, I guess I'm being super vulnerable right now, but there have been a couple times where, I've just been approached in general about new people.
Yeah.
And been like, hey, did you get a chance to talk to this person or that person? And I'm like, I didn't even see them.
Yeah.
Like, I was so everywhere today.
Right. Right.
I didn't even see that person at all. And
Yeah.
it's just like, and that always hurts, because
I know.
that's such a big part of what we do.
You never want to miss anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of what we. That's easily the most important part of what we do.
Yeah.
Is for me to see people and notice them and say hi.
Yeah.
And I've been more mindful of that in general. And when I have pockets of free time, I've been able to like introduce myself to some people.
That's good.
But in general, I just always feel like I have to make it quick or, move it along somewhat. And I just know, just in general, that that's not the way that it's supposed to be. And I'm absolutely sure that God doesn't want it to be that way for me.
No.
So
He wants you to be able to connect with those people.
Right.
Because you will play a vital role in their life.
Right.
Even if you don't see it right then and there. Even
Right.
if they don't see it right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
A simple hello. How are you? My name is so-and-so. Goes such a long way.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't remember where I heard it. But I think maybe it might have been Bible college, but just the idea of what people remember when they come to church, for me, for a long time, I thought that it was like how professional the service was, how well put together it was. If the sections of the service flowed into each other effectively and smoothly, and how obviously well the worship sounded and singing and stuff like that, and if it was mixed well, and how pastor's sermon, how his volume was and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think that that's super important. Like, I was taught in Bible college, especially in the realm of worship, that the goal is to not be a distraction.
Right.
Like, music, you could get into a lot of discussion about how good music in worship should sound. But at the end of the day, you just need to not be a distraction to what's happening.
Exactly.
If people are distracted enough that they can't focus in,
Yep.
then you need to change something.
Yeah.
But then how far above that do you go?
Yeah.
That's the question. But people remember being approached.
They remember everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
They do.
So that's why, like, first impression, like, people remember, like, walking into the church for the first time.
Right.
Who they see, who said hello to them. Everyone is always going to remember that, and that's why we always want to be engaging.
Yes.
And love on the people, because we want people to feel welcome. We don't want people to be like, oh, wow, they're, like, extremely busy. Like, no. Let's sit down and let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
Even if it's for, like, 5 minutes.
Yes, absolutely.
So much can happen in those 5 minutes of like meeting someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I agree. Yeah, I feel like that's been just something that I don't know. I don't know if God is telling me that specifically, but it's definitely something that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And is being revealed to me. And so I can't imagine that God doesn't want me to like remove some of the things that are occupying my attention, allow somebody to grow in that ministry or job,
Right.
and just step back and and be present and free, and just go and be in the service to socialize and connect with people. And,
Yeah. You'll know. He'll give you clear direction.
right.
It's not coming up for like, there's a specific reason why it's being approached now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for such a time as this. So just know that God is in it and he's going to take care of it.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, he's got it.
Yeah. Amen.
That's it.
That's awesome. Would you, so you say like your 2023 challenge is very, very similar to that, would you say?
Yeah. So I don't know why I consider myself a control freak. I don't like to be in control.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, so maybe it's not me being a control freak. Maybe it's I just don't want to burden people. So I'm like, I got this.
Yeah.
I will do it.
Yeah.
Let me take the load off of someone else and put it on me because I care for that person.
Yeah.
But it's like also I gotta like care for myself as well.
Yeah.
And I like that even though I don't like working out, I like that Pastor Dave has incorporated it because it's mind, body, soul.
Yeah.
So literally, we are taking care of us, and then in return, we are also taking care of the church, but we're taking care of us first.
Yeah.
Which is important because if we're not well, how can we serve others?
Yeah.
And if we're taking on too much, how can we, approach people with a clear mind and not like, someone help me,
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's just like delegating, raising up the people, discipleship, and just letting go.
Yeah.
I don't carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I'm not supposed to. So I need to stop acting like I'm doing that.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hopefully in this new year, it's already happening because I'm going on vacation. And I already told you this before, but we won't have cell service.
Oof.
And I'm like freaking out.
What a dream! What a dream / nightmare!
I know it's such a dream.
The dichotomy there is just like, yay!
I know. I'm like on highs and lows with that because I'm like, yay! I don't have to communicate, and I won't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
For like a few days.
You're forced to not.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, I'm going to be worrying because I have no control. But see, that's the part of the control that I need to let go.
Uh-huh.
Let other people step in and do what needs to be done.
Yes. Yes.
You have to raise leaders. You have to. In this day and age, we need all the help we can get.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's an investment for the future as well. Yeah. That's absolutely true. And it's like, I think for me, and you can probably relate, it feels like if I do pull back that things are going to be hurting, and they may be for a bit, but it's going to force people to rise up to the occasion.
Yeah.
And the future of this church and these ministries will thank you for that.
Yeah.
That they have somebody that can focus on that specific job and ministry.
It's true.
As opposed to, having to rely on you being stretched so thin to do this one job. The challenge of, first of all, admitting that you need to step back, finding somebody, training them, it's difficult, but.
And for me, it's like, I always have felt like I never want to disappoint anyone, but like, how about I don't disappoint God and actually do what I'm supposed to do, which is train people, disciple, and let them lead.
Yeah.
And like, that's kind of what I have to keep in my mind. Like, I'm not disappointing the people. I'm helping, and I don't want to disappoint God.
Yeah.
So it's just like a little rewiring of the brain this year.
Sure.
And just, having people come alongside.
Yeah.
So whoever would like to come alongside, give me a call.
I know.
Except next week, I won't be here. We'll have my phone.
Find her somewhere. Find her in Mexico.
I'll message you when I get back, I promise. I need all the help I can get.
I know, right? I hear that.
So yeah, that's just...
Sure.
It's going to be a good year because it's going to be a year of growth.
Yes.
And that's what's so important. Like, we can't do it all. So let's raise the people up who are probably sitting there saying, what value do I have?
Yes.
Oh, you have so much value and we need you so badly. Please send us an email at... No, just
I know. I mean, you could.
Expansion
Podcast GTCC.
Gmail.
At gmail.com. You know what it is. But yes, absolutely. I agree with that. I think that every single church member has a moment to... has the ability to relieve so much stress off the burden of their staff. And regardless of what church you go to, whether you go to ours or somewhere else, and you may be thinking, I can't do much, or, my time isn't, worth it. Please, don't write yourself off like that.
Don't, because we need you.
There's so many things that can be done, and if you don't do it, somebody has to do it, and that somebody probably shouldn't be doing it. but it has to get done, right? And so, yes, if you feel like you have a knack for, AV or tech, or maybe you're great with kids, or maybe you're even great at doing things behind the scene, you enjoy cleaning, or maybe you kind of find your happy place in doing yard work or anything like that. Find your pastors, find your leaders, get plugged in any small way. Even an hour a week could alleviate the load of your pastoral staff in a huge way. You have no idea. And so, yeah, I challenge you to get plugged in if you aren't already. And here's another challenge. I challenge you, if you are plugged in and you feel overwhelmed, even if you don't feel overwhelmed, but you think, hey, I could step back a little bit, I challenge you to do that.
Yeah.
And find somebody to disciple so that they can also be a part of the grand vision of the church, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's time to disciple.
It's time to disciple.
So we're going to do it together.
We're going to do it
and
together.
if you feel like you would like to be discipled, please let us know.
Mm-hmm.
So that way we can just bring you right along for this ride.
For sure. Yeah. Hold us to that because, we need help too. So hold us to that and, take us up on that. I guess my final question to you then is, at the end of this year, say we revisit this at the end of this year, what will you what will you hope that you look like, that your life looks like in relation to what you've said, as far as what do you hope things look like in the realm of your involvement in various things at this church?
Yep. I hope I will lose weight from this exercise thing.
That's the biggest takeaway. Same.
I'm sitting here in my workout clothes thinking about it. I really hope I don't look like this at the end of the year.
Yes, 1,000%. Yeah. All this work for nothing.
All this work for nothing.
The biggest insult
so I'm
to
thinking
both
about
of us.
that. And, I'm just kind of excited to look back on this year and see all of the fruit from planting seeds in people and seeing where someone was to where someone is.
Yeah.
So I think that's most exciting for me, because there is going to be someone who's going to step up and rise to the occasion for us. And we get to be a part of that. And we get to see their life become super transformed by God and all that he has for them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a wild ride working at a church. There's no other place I'd rather be.
Yeah,
even
same.
when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and you're like, I don't know how much more I can take. This is it. And, this is what we've been called to do. So we just got to learn to give it to the people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Silly us.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We're so silly.
We're super silly.
We're silly.
Crazy silly.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no. Yeah. I hope for that as well. I love how you frame that, though. It's like, yes, we hope that we're less involved, but also, probably more importantly, we hope to see people grow around us. That'd be really rad to
That's what it's all
imagine that there's 2 or 3 people that are more involved because we let them.
Right.
Like, that's a good goal to have, as opposed to us. But
Yeah.
around us, I hope I'm surrounded by people that are now a part of this ministry, this job, that calling, right? Because I let them, step up and take a responsibility from me. And now
You need to
they're
be
involved.
surrounded.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have to.
That's peak discipleship.
I mean, I know I've said it before, but Jesus rolled with 12 deep.
Yeah. Huh?
So
Yeah. It's the inner circle.
if he needed the help,
Yeah. Yeah.
anyone needs the help.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that I share a similar goal. I'm hoping, especially as a youth pastor, I'm hoping to see either some of my students or some of the people in this congregation step up and answer the call in various ways that I'm involved with.
Yeah.
So that I can take on the projects that, not to say that any of the things that I'm involved in don't matter, but to take in the projects that matter more to me and why I was hired to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
not to say that I don't want to do any of the things I'm doing. I want to do it all. But that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like, there are some things that I, as the youth pastor here, should be doing. And
Right.
I should focus on that.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? And so that's kind of where I want to be, where I'm seeing people grow, taking these responsibilities from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to start focusing on the things that I know that God is asking or pulling me to do.
Yeah.
And so at the end of this year, I don't want there to be any more question about it. I feel like even since this podcast has started, I've been like, I hope I'm, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want to be locked in exactly where I should be for that season of my life.
Right.
No more questions about it, you know?
The question marks will be erased.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good year. And
Yes.
you know what? We just got to do what God wants us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's painful.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're being vulnerable and honest and just letting you know everything that's going on in our life. So
Mm-hmm.
we hope that, you can see that we're human.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we're just silly.
We're just silly gooses, guys. Silly gooses.
Silly gooses running the show at the podcast today.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I'm feeling it.
Listen, it's because of the workout.
Yeah.
I went to bed so early last week because I worked out. Okay? I'm going to bed at 5 o'clock
It's especially
tonight.
funny because I worked out this morning, like early this morning.
You worked out before the workout?
Yeah.
Bro.
Because I've already been doing that. Like
It's your
Wednesday morning.
bedtime.
I know. You telling me the sun wasn't up. The sun was like, nah, man, it's too early. What you
Man.
doing out of bed?
More power to you. I'm like, nope. Gotta go to bed.
I got to Planet Fitness at 7. And I worked out with Courtney.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got done at like 8:15, and I headed straight to the church, and we worked out at like 9:30.
Alex,
so-
you're doing like overtime over here with the workout.
I know.
I'm over here.
I had already planned it for Wednesdays, and so I don't want to. I was like, I don't want to move it. I didn't know we were doing pre-meeting workouts.
No,
now.
it's a surprise. So here we are.
But it has been nice because I like it in a way. I like it because I treat my early morning workout as like a warm up. Because sometimes, like last week, I showed up. I was just like, what's going on today? I didn't know we were working out. And then we started working out. I was like, it was like all kind of stiff and just like, but yeah, it does tucker me out, obviously. But like, it was just like,
I treat me getting out of bed as a pre-workout. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, here we go.
That's it.
We're starting the day.
level 1 complete.
Level 1, check.
Yeah, there you go. So, but yeah, a lot of hope we have for this year, and
Pray for us.
yeah, and we'll be praying for you guys too.
We'll
I hope you
always pray
guys.
for you.
I hope you guys are inspired at least a little bit by what we've said, and hey,
I hope people are inspired to help us. But because they want to, not
Yeah.
because they're like, oh my
Not
gosh,
because of
they
our
need all the
tears.
help. Listen, we know we
Sorry.
need the help,
Yeah.
but we want the people who are willing,
Yeah.
not the people who feel bad. Because then that's just not what's helping.
exactly, that's very true. Hey, if you feel like you have like a vision for this year or something that you want to share,
Call
you
us.
know where to hit us up. Yeah, call us. You have our numbers.
Yeah.
But hit us up on the Gmail, expansionpodcastgtcc@gmail.com. Let us know what your vision is for this year, what you're hopeful for, what you're a bit worried about this year, and follow us on Instagram so that you don't miss any future prompts that we have. But yeah, we're excited for this year. We're excited for the podcast for this year.
Yeah.
And we're excited to bring you some more episodes. But yeah,
Beautiful.
I know, very beautiful.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it somehow, some way.
And now we're going to sleep. Good night.
Yes, we are immediately after this episode. But yeah, love you guys,
Love you.
and
We'll see you
praying for a
soon
great
because
year.
you're all going
and
to step up.
What? On that note, have a great day.
God bless.
Bye.